What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Pop Empire. Happy to have you with us. And we are starting a very special series, and it is the New Japan Pro Wrestling figures coming to us from Super 7. And we're going to split these up into 4 different episodes. But in the first one, we are going to cover Will Ospreay.
So what's really cool about starting off with Will Ospreay is he's just coming off his win at the 2021 New Japan Cup, where at the next major event he will be facing Kota Ibushi for the new World Heavyweight title that New Japan is coming out with. Of course, some of you that may follow New Japan Wrestling, Kota Ibushi wanted to unify the IWGP Heavyweight and the Intercontinental Championship. So at the next big event, we will be seeing the new World Heavyweight title, which I can't wait to see. So let's go ahead and get into this Will Ospreay figure. And first, I just want to point out that they do come in these brown, just kind of a basic box, but what's really cool is you get that New Japan logo on the front, and it says the figure that you'll be getting inside. And then on the back, there is the Super 7 logo and just information on how these are kind of an adult action figure, not really recommended for kids because there are a lot of little parts that could present a choking hazard. So definitely don't want that.
So now, let's go ahead and just start unboxing this guy.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take this out of the box. I do want to point out that there are these tabs on the side. And here we have the official packaging of the New Japan series brought to you by Super 7. I imagine that this will be the regular packaging for any future series, but I really dig how it looks with that shiny New Japan logo. And just getting a closer look down here on the bottom, you can see the figure that you'll be getting, and you have the Super 7 logo over here on the side. And then on the back, it has this awesome New Japan Pro Wrestling King of Sports logo design. Looks really nice. I love the shininess of it. Looks great. But let's go ahead and take this slip cover off. And here we're getting a look at how our figure looks in the packaging. You can see all the accessories that our figure comes with, including lots and lots of hands. You also get an extra head and a couple cool accessories over here on the side, which we will get to momentarily once we get him out of the box. But what I really like about this packaging is it looks like he's standing in a wrestling ring. You have the ropes and the posts here. And then again, you have that New Japan logo down there, front and center. Then as we get into the back, there's just this information area about Will Ospreay. Even has his Twitter handle there. And let's go ahead and get him out and get a closer look. So here's our Will Ospreay out of the box, and just right off the bat, I want to say how amazing I think this figure is. I know that there were some images right before these released into the hands of collectors that people weren't too happy about, but once you get these in hand, I think they look amazing. If you ended up canceling your Series 1 pre-order, I think you might end up regretting it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get a closer look. And just starting off with his face, I think it's an amazing sculpt. I think it captures his likeness very well. Just the design of his hair and checking out the beard and everything, I think looks really awesome. That cool vest or jacket that he's wearing there looks really amazing. What's really cool is this actually does come off. You can take this and it's just Velcro. And that does come off, revealing what I believe to be the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship belt. I do want to admit here just for a moment, there may be a few things that I may get wrong here, so go ahead and correct me down in the comments below because I'm still learning and I'd appreciate any help I can get with this. And just getting a closer look at that belt, and then also the side plates, just the level of detail going on in there, I think looks amazing. But before we get down into the legs, I want to point out some of the articulation. Of course, you get that articulation in the head, which it does swivel around quite smoothly, which is nice. It's not stiff. And then checking out the arms, moving forward and backward. They also move out like that. And then you get that bend in the elbow. So straight out and bend it back in. And then the hands, and they move basically all around, which is really nice and also is very smooth. And then as we move into the torso, and you can see that bending action here, which again is very smooth, but not loose. So it feels really good. And then getting down into the legs, checking out his wrestling pants, and just the level of detail again, I think looks amazing. Those knee pads and the detail on the front of those. And what's really cool is they are separate from the leg, so they do move around. And they're just a rubbery material. And you can see the back there, they go around. And then getting down into the detail of his shin guards here on his wrestling boots. And then we'll go ahead and check out the articulation. You can do the splits, and then checking out the knees, bend back, and then down here in the ankle. But just getting back into the jacket, I wanted to show you guys the back. Here's the belt, and what's really cool is over here on the side, there's a loop here. So this would come out if you wanted to take it out. And also a loop on the other side. And then just getting up into the hood, which I think just the stitching and everything on this is really great. It's just another level of detail that is really nice in these figures. And you can put it over his head, sits there like so. But overall, as I said before, I definitely wouldn't sleep on this Series 1 set, especially if you plan on collecting the other series. I believe once these are gone, that's it. You can't find these in stores. You can only get them online. So definitely jump on these if you can. And yeah, just overall, I think this is an amazing figure.
And here's the extra head that you actually get with this figure. Again, the level of detail here is really fantastic. His hair looks amazing. The facial features look great. The face sculpt is fantastic. Something I noticed though, which is kind of interesting really. And here's our figure again. Now, if you bring in the head, if you'll notice, his hair is actually falling to the other side of his head on the extra head. So I thought that was interesting. The hair is actually different. It actually looks a little bit longer. So I just thought that was an interesting detail. I don't know if they meant to do it that way. I don't know if this is real life and he puts his hair on different sides, but I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe on that extra head, it just gives him that look of he's already been going for a while in the ring, and his hair is just kind of messed up. What's interesting about these is they're kind of shiny, so they look like they're sweaty. They definitely look like they've been going for a while wrestling their opponent.
Plus with the look on his face, his eyes definitely have a little more determined look, and his mouth, he's kind of gritting his teeth like that. So yeah, it does kind of give that in the process of wrestling feel. And here's the katana sword that he comes with, one that he's used in the past during an entrance or two potentially. But yeah, really cool. Just pretty much your standard sword accessory like you might find with other action figures. However, there is a decent amount of detail there in the handle. Get those extra colors. It also looks like it does have, you know, like some rope wrapped around there for grip. And then also like the yellow here, kind of at the base of the sword, kind of at the beginning of the hilt. I think this is pretty awesome. And then right here is the Best of the Super Juniors trophy. For those of you that haven't watched any New Japan Pro Wrestling events, they actually do have trophies, not just belts. So I think that's an interesting aspect. But what's cool is even on the front of the trophy there, it's gonna be hard to actually show that. I don't have a macro lens to show you that small, but it does say Best of the Super Junior on there. So pretty cool, wonderful touch. It is just plastic and it is all just gray or silver, but it does have a nice shine to it, nice sheen. This will look fantastic displayed with your figures.
And lastly, I do want to point out that this does come with 6 pairs of hands. Yes, you heard that right, 6 pairs of hands.
Of course, including the ones that he already has on his body.
And I do want to get a closer look there. There are just different styles here to give your Will Ospreay figure just different poses. Of course, up here you have like a pointing finger, and you have this hand that's open. Down here you have a fist. Another pointing finger, and then maybe this hand you could actually put that trophy in. You have a hand that's flat out like so, and you actually have more hands over here on the side. I do want to point out with this fist, and there is a fist over here on this side where it looks like there is a wrap around it. One thing that's a little unfortunate is they did not paint that. Of course, you could probably go in and paint it yourself. Just really awesome that they would even include this many hands to give you the option of what poses you would like.
Yeah, and you could even mix and match these. You don't have to keep them as they're paired up. Shoot, you could even give them 2 left hands if that's what you wanted to do. But also wanted to point out, and I'm not going to get into too much detail right now, but in coming videos, I'm going to show you an interesting thing about all the sets of hands, so stay tuned for that. And there we have it. There is our Will Ospreay figure, of course, coming to us from Super 7 and New Japan Pro Wrestling. This figure's awesome. What a great way to start this series. Series 1 is really fantastic. Can't wait to show you the rest of these figures. But again, the level of detail that goes into these, the paint looks amazing, the face sculpt looks amazing, the number of hands is absolutely ridiculous, and really cool accessories. And on top of that, the box is unbelievable. So however you want to display your figure, whether in the box, out of the box, whatever it is, it's gonna look amazing.
Yeah, and I think Super 7 is really knocking it out of the park here. For this being some very early figures that they've done of wrestlers. I believe they're going to be doing some figures of the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast guys, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. They're also doing the Good Brothers, which I think those look really good. I think just give them credit where credit is due. For them just starting out doing wrestling figures, I think they're doing a fantastic job. And again, I can't wait for Series 2, Series 3, however long this goes on. And I do want to point out that they have already announced that Jay White will be coming in a future series. So I can't wait for that and to find out who else will be coming with them.
So stay tuned. This is just episode 1 of this series. We got 3 more to go. It's gonna be fantastic. Come along for the ride. To watch a video that YouTube suggests for you, click that video to the left. To watch our last video, it's that one over there to the right. We'd also love it if you would subscribe, and to do that, just click that link up above our heads. That'd be fantastic. We'll see you on the next video. Peace, everybody.
See ya.